Good morning. Welcome to Interwatch, July 7th, 2017. We have several items we're going to cover today. Some good work done by patrol officers with the Wichita Police Department. We want to talk about that good work and the good work that they continue to do, keep this community safe each and every day. First case is going to be 45895. This is going to be an evade police case. Occurred in the 4500 block of South Gold last night about 8 p.m. On Thursday, July 6th, Patrol South officers were conducting some follow-up on a robbery. Had a residence in the 4500 block of South Gold. At approximately 8 p.m., a Mustang had left this residence, and an officer attempted to stop the vehicle when the driver accelerated and fled. There was a short pursuit that ended when the driver ran from the vehicle back to the original residence where the vehicle had left. Officers approached the home along with canine units. Entry was eventually made into the home, and the suspect was located hiding in an attic. The suspect was arrested and booked into jail for 2 counts of aggravated robbery, felony evade and elude, and possession of a firearm by a felon. So it was great work by the officers involved. There were no injuries involved in this case. So it was great work by everybody involved to get this individual into custody. Great follow-up work done as well.
So was he responsible for a robbery? Is that why?
They were doing follow-up in reference to a robbery, correct. Okay. At that residence, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Charlie, did you say whether or not, and maybe this has already been reported?
Sure.
Were there people at home in this?
There were others in the home that came out of the home prior to the officers going in to make entry. Yep.
Did they know him? Do you know?
Yes, they do know him.
What's their relationship? Do you know?
It was the suspect's girlfriend is the one that lives at the home. And then there was a child in the home as well. I don't know if the suspect is related to this child in any way.
And then 2 of those are aggravated robbery, commercial house. Do you know what those 2 businesses were?
I don't have, we're not releasing all the information as far as the businesses and everything goes because it's still an open and active investigation. Detectives are still currently doing follow-up in reference to these cases. So we want to make sure that we get all the information that we have, but I just wanted to put out he was arrested in reference to 2 aggravated robberies of commercial houses, yes. Next case I want to talk about is just an aggravated robbery from a person. This happened on the 29th, last week, 43937, about 2 a.m. Thursday, June 29th, approximately 2 a.m., officers were dispatched to a robbery at the Quick Trip in the 700 block of North Broadway. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 25-year-old male victim who had stated an unknown suspect had pointed a handgun at him while he was in the store, and the suspect demanded his cell phone. The cell phone was taken and the suspect left. Officers quickly responded to this call, and incoming officers were able to locate a potential suspect. This suspect was then later arrested and booked into jail. The case has been presented, and the 16-year-old male suspect has been charged with 1 count of aggravated robbery. Talk a little bit about traffic safety, traffic assignment. Traffic safety does and continues to be a high priority with the Wichita Police Department. We look at high accident locations and we'll direct enforcement to those locations to help reduce accidents, reduce injuries, and hopefully to reduce fatalities as well. On July 6, 2017, yesterday, Patrol West conducted a traffic assignment in the 3500 block of West Kellogg in reference to the high accident location of Kellogg and I-235 in the construction area. It started at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It lasted for about an hour and a half, and there were 23 speeding citations written, 1 no proof of insurance citation written, 1 expired tag citation, and 1 driver was cited for driving with a suspended driver's license.
What was that area again? 3500 block?
3500 block of, oh, I got it already. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Let me have that. I'm sorry. Thank you. 3500 block of West Kellogg, around Kellogg and I-235 area, that construction zone.
You said westbound, right?
It was in West Kellogg. I don't know if they were working west or eastbound. I think there's construction on both sides.
There it is.
Yeah. So in that area. But the main idea is that we're enforcing traffic to help reduce injuries, reduce accidents. That's our goal with doing these type of assignments.
Do you know what the highest speed that's speeding ticket was?
74,
And what's the speed limit there?
50. Yep. So we do ask motorists when you're traveling to do obey the speed limit. Make sure that you're watching the speed limits in certain areas, especially in construction zones, not only because it's the law and for safety of other motorists, but also in a construction zone, you're going to have construction workers. You're going to have individuals that are out on foot. Be cautious of that as well, so that everybody can get to their destination safely through the city. I want to talk a little bit about a case involving burglaries, aggravated robberies, thefts that Wichita Police Department detectives have been working diligently on. Police have been investigating a string of crimes occurring from September the 3rd of last year up until June 26th of 2017. Evidence in these crimes have been obtained on 10 separate cases in that time period, leading to a warrant to be issued for Timothy W. Kelly. And currently Timothy W. Kelly is wanted for 2 counts of aggravated robbery, 8 counts of burglary, 7 counts of theft, and 1 count of felony interference with law enforcement. So I'll put this, this is a picture of Mr. Kelly. And then we are, there's a picture of Mr. Kelly. So if you do know the whereabouts of this individual, please call 911, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111 to report his whereabouts, or again, like I said, call 911 so that we can contact this individual. We will be putting his picture and information that we have. I've given flyers to the media here, but we'll be putting this information out on our WPD Facebook shortly after the briefing is done today. So if you have any information that would help us in this case, it would be greatly appreciated. But some great work done by our detectives and diligent work. They continue to work locating evidence and making sure that the evidence is what they needed, and continuing to do follow-up in order to relate these crimes to this individual.
So are these crimes all over town, or is there
Yeah, I don't,
area?
Larry, I don't have the exact locations of exactly if there was a certain area of town, but there's multiple cases here that were involved that they were able to relate to this suspect. So we do ask again for the community's help. And a lot of times the community is what helps us in being able to get this evidence. When they see something, they're saying something, they're calling us, they're telling us, they're providing information. And that's why we really rely on our community, and we appreciate our community partners, our citizens, our business leaders, our stakeholders that come in and give us that information that we need to help identify suspects so that we can get them arrested and charged. And, again, improve the quality of life, decrease crime. That's our goal as a Wichita Police Department. And speaking of that, I want to invite everybody to the Walk Against Gun Violence. This will occur tomorrow from 8 to noon. It's going to start at the Urban Prep Academy parking lot, which is at 2428 East 24th Street North. So involved is the NAACP, Wichita Police Department, and community organizers. And we're going to be making a statement against gun violence in Wichita. So we invite everybody to come out and partake in this special event to recognize and the wanting to decrease gun violence in our city. There will be a cookout and community resource fair that will follow afterwards. There is a flyer on the Wichita Police Department Facebook page with the information that I have just read to you. If you need to look up exactly, again, the date or the time or the location, you can do that on our Facebook page.
This is not a new event, is it? It's been held before, hasn't it?
It doesn't say annual or anything. I know we've had different different walks against. I know we've had the gang walk. We've had different walks. I don't know if we specifically had one against gun violence, or if this is the first one. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know we've had other walks against gangs, against different things in the community. But this is going to be a great community event, a great opportunity to come out and take a stand against gun violence in our city.
So it starts at the Urban Prep? Where does
Yeah,
it-
Urban Prep in the parking lot. Urban Prep Academy.
Where does it end up at?
I don't have the location where it ends up at.
I assume that's probably where the barbecue and everything's going to be.
Probably. They may just end up back at that location and have everything. I'm assuming. I don't know exactly where it'll end up. If you look on our Facebook page, there's Larry Burks, the president of the Wichita branch NAACP, and Claudia Gardner, event chairman. Their email and phone numbers on there if you have additional questions. They could be able to answer that. They've been very instrumental in setting this up and working with Wichita Police Department staff and community organizers in making this a successful event. Anything else? All right. Hey, it's Friday. Have a great day and be safe.